steroids make your balls shrink? I'm gonna tell you the answer. We'll keep the volume nice and low. All right, so now that you've got the volume low, you've looked around, you're feeling embarrassed for watching this video, we're gonna figure out what ChatGPT has to say about our question. Do steroids make your balls shrink? Okay, let's see if you can give us an actual intelligent answer to this question, because everyone asks it. Let me rephrase, everyone wants to ask it, all right? But when you tell, people that are kind of new to the game about this in the gym, they freak out. I don't know why, but we'll see what this has to say. Straight up yes. All right, it's not even playing around. It can lead to testicular shrinkage, also known as testicular atrophy. This happens because steroids affect the natural production of testosterone in the body, which can lead to decreased testicle size. Additionally, long-term use of steroids can also lead to infertility, impotence, and other hormonal imbalances. Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's right on point with that. So how does it do this? Let me show you a chart, and we're going to go through it really easy so you can understand what happens. Now, I'm sure a ton of guys already know this. This is for the ones that don't understand this. So at the top, this is your hypothalamus. It's right here in your brain, okay? It sends out a signal, GnRH, which I believe stands for gonadotropin releasing hormone. Now it sends that to your pituitary. Now your pituitary sees that, and then it produces two things called LH and FSH. That's luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, okay? It sends that straight to your testicles. Once it sends that to your testicles, it tells them, hey, produce testosterone. Now, once it produces testosterone, you see here this little negative symbol. That's what people mean when they say negative feedback loop. When there's plenty of testosterone, it's telling it, yeah, you don't have to produce it anymore. We're good, we're good. And when it starts to dip, then it knows to produce it some more. So it starts pulsing it, because your body pulses these hormones throughout the day. It's not like a clear shot, right? So that's like the big difference between someone that's taking, testosterone replacement therapy and someone that's not. So if you're natural, your body's pulsing testosterone through the day, right? So it's like dips and valleys and mountains, right? But if you're on testosterone replacement therapy, it's not even close to natural. Like, I don't know why people act like they're the same, because they're not. You're taking testosterone, it's at a certain level, it goes high, comes back down. It never peaks to where it's not there at all. It's always in your system, okay? Now, when we look at this chart, the thing that you have to remember is this main part at the bottom, if I can get that to move. So is the testosterone. So if you're taking exogenous testosterone or anything that has an anabolic effect for the most part, it's in your system all the time, right? So it's giving that negative feedback loop here all the time. So your hypothalamus is like, okay, well, we got everything we need all the time. So there's no point in us making this GnRH. There's no point in your pituitary making the LH and FSH, because we're good. So then what happens is there's never a signal to your testicles to produce testosterone. So what happens to something that's not being used? It shrinks up, it wants to go away, right? Now, they definitely shrink. It's not weird in my opinion. I'm sure it's weird in some people's opinion. That's fine. But you have to remember, it'll come back, but you have to understand this chart on how for them to come back, right? So essentially, the longer they've been shrunk, the harder it is for them to unshrink. Now, there's a couple different ways you can do it with a post-cycle therapy protocol, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know. But you're essentially trying to turn your hypothalamus on, right? So you're sending these signals. You want something to signal your balls to turn on. Then a lot of people like to use Clomid, things like that. Then, of course, you can take HCG, which is sort of skipping all those steps, and you're just going straight to pulsing the signals to your testicles to actually turn on. Additionally, one thing that a lot of people do, if they're actually concerned with this, if they're on TRT or running a cycle, I don't want to call it a theory because it should work, but they'll take HCG while they're on cycle. So you got to this exogenous testosterone, it's in your system steady all the time. Your hypothalamus isn't working, right? It's not sending the signal. So you take HCG to sort of replace that. And then it's telling your balls to turn on. So your balls are getting a signal. They're staying full or whatever, right? While you're still on the testosterone. So you're kind of helping the issue. So then when you come off the testosterone, your balls aren't really going to have a lot of work as far as trying to get back to where they are. You might have some issues trying to turn on your hypothalamus, but that's sort of a different thing, right? So I just wanted to point this out because I know a lot of guys are kind of embarrassed to ask, and they bring it up and it's like they're surprised, which again just shows me most of you guys are just not doing your research. The fact that you're watching this video tells me you're doing some research, which is awesome, but it's almost scary how some people don't even know that this is something that could happen and that will probably happen. So if you have any questions on it or something to add specifically for the new guys, there's probably some kid that's going to stumble upon this video, had no idea this was something that was going to happen. Let's leave some comments for that kid, right? So tell me what you guys think. Tell me if there's something I missed. I might have misspoke on something or stumbled. Let me know. If you guys like videos like this, subscribe to the channel. I'll do my best to get some more out. Thank you.